Welcome back to Holder Flat, and for our 99th video upload, we're back at the Aghadowey track for round 3 of the Rallysport Association's Northern Ireland Summer Series. A beautiful array of machinery arrived in the bright Saturday morning sunshine, with 105 entries across 14 classes.
What are you saying today?
Yes, say no more, it's time to kick things off and get to the action. Barry Morris in the R5 Fiesta certainly looked to be the favourite on Saturday morning, but by the first hairpin things looked very different. The car was looking very difficult to control, even for a man of Barry's calibre with over 80 rally starts. And here's the man who capitalised most on Morris's misfortunes. Josh Bradley sets a 3:30.6 to lead the rally after stage 1 by 2.2 seconds. And the man in second place is Owen Kelly in the little Corsa, proving that you don't need big power, just agility to be quick round Aghadowey. Just 0.2 of a second off Kelly is PJ Houston in the superb sounding Impreza. Jason Sturb gets off to a steady start as he puts the Corolla 4th fastest, just 2.9 seconds off the lead. Martin Collins in his EG Civic was second overall rally car here the last day at Aghadowey, and he makes his intent known from the word go today as he goes 5th fastest. And there's a tie for 6th place between Raymond Gurney's BMW Compact and Gary Duncan's MX-5. And that means Gary leads the MX-5 Parts NI Class 8. James Crow's second fastest in class. with young Liam Martin carving his way through to third. On to the minis, and it's heartbreak from the word go, as the man lying second in the Mini Cup Championship, Mike Curran, has yet another engine let go on the first stage. But there's no such worries for James McDowell as he goes fastest over stage 1. Young Charlie Sims has the head down as he goes second fastest. And Kevin Shovlin takes the McDowell dual driven car to third. In the cross car challenge, it's James Grant in his MV setting the fastest time over stage 1. And second fastest, just 0.7 back, is Declan Kearney in his yellow Kazmat. And Seamus Donnelly's just a further 1 second behind to make it 2 Kazmats in the top 3. By stage 3 in the midway point, Draperstown man Josh Bradley remains unbeaten. He now extends his lead to 7 seconds. Owen Kelly is doing a superb job in second place in the little Corsa. He's wringing the neck off it. And would 7 seconds really be that much with commitment like this? there are two men tied for third place, ready to pounce should anything go wrong for the top two. Let's now look at the rest of the class leaders. James Grant has a 7-second advantage at the top of the cross-kart challenge. And no, don't worry, you aren't seeing double. The two white MVs of Jason Curran and James Laverty are tied for second place with a time of 9:32.8. And the ever-spectacular Jessica Orr is keeping Kazmat's hopes alive in fourth. Stage 4 we watched on as Owen Kelly continued his relentless commitment. But the margins are fine at this level, and as the great Sterling Moss once said, to achieve anything in this game, you must prepare to dabble in the boundary of disaster. Owen's split-second decision to steer into it stops the car from rolling and preventing further damage. And we can see it from the outside from his brother Brian Kelly, who done the same thing the stage previous. It's a cruel sport for sure. Owen Kelly's demise is Josh Bradley's gain, and with 2 stages to go, he now has a comfortable lead. And PJ Houston is now promoted to second place. But he's only 1 second ahead of Martin Collins in the Civic. In the MX5 Parts NI Championship, Gregory McMillan snipes a stage win from Gary Duncan. But Gary still leads the class. And Ballymena man Liam Martin in his slightly underpowered 1.6 MX5 holds on to third. And there's no change in the Mini Cup as Shane Henry still leads the way. With James McDowell and Kevin Shovlin taking the PMG Transport car to second and third respectively. In the cross-car challenge, Mark Maguire in his speed car has been setting a string of fastest stage times after a mistake on stage 1, and he's gaining ground on the leaders. How will this all pan out when one stage time is dropped at the end of the day? But James Grant is still pushing on and he's hungry for that win. He's less than 3 seconds behind Maguire over this one. Jason Curran goes third fastest, just 0.3 of a second behind Grant. It's tight going as ever in the buggies.
I hold on to this storm 'cause I need to swept away, swept away. I'm cornered in the cold where you left. with me. Left again, oh. There's a jungle in my head growing wilder, and it's killing me. I cannot let you go, I cannot let you go, I cannot let you go, I cannot let you go.
Unfortunately, on stage 5, we said goodbye to another one of our red rockets, as PJ Houston cuts this left-hander a little too fine in front of our camera and finds the biggest tire on the track. And so we go to the results, and we'll start off with the Class 1 Juniors. Third place, Sam Miller. Second place goes to Jake Miller, and Kyle McHugh makes it a micro whitewash to take the class victory. And 3 rounds in, here's how the championship for the juniors racks up. On to Class 2, and it's Angus Cahill in third, Mickey Joe Brown's Micra's second, but it's Ryan McErlane who takes his Corsa to the class win. Class 3, and there's more Micras. Third place, Paul Home. Second place, Joe Devlin. And Ryan Gervin's newer model takes the class victory. Lawson Wade takes Class 4 as he's the only finisher. Class 5, and Jared Sharkey takes his R2 Twingo to third. Dean Humphrey and the R2 Adam takes second. But it's Martin Collins with another Class 5 victory. Now we're into Class 6 Escort territory. Jeremy Curry third, Jordan Williamson takes second, and Josh Bradley takes the Class 6 honours. Class 7 and Gordon Arbuthnot Sierra's third. The troubled Corolla of Jason Stirrup takes second, and Gavin Grant is our Class 7 winner. On to the MX5 Parts NI Rally Championship. Liam Martin takes third. Second goes to Gregory McMillan, and hard charger Gary Duncan takes another Aghadowey victory to extend his lead at the top of the championship. Class 9, 2 finishers, Chris George in second, and Pierce Black's neat and tidy approach takes the class win. Class 10, another 2 finishers, Gary Grant in the Subaru second, with Cormac McElvaney in the Evo taking the class win. In the Minis, Kevin Shovlin takes third place. His teammate James McDowell takes second. But it's Donegal man Shane Henry who takes the win. And in the championship standings, young Charlie Sims is taking advantage of Mike Curran's misfortunes. The pair now joint second on 36 points, with David Porter just a slender 6 points ahead at the top of the table. And so on to the overall rally car result, and third place goes to Jordan Williamson in the Escort. Another fine drive to take another second place for Martin Collins. And in the end, nobody could touch Josh Bradley, and he takes a well-deserved win. Time to wrap up our results with the buggies. Class 13 600cc, third place Dean McLaughlin. Second place goes to Michael Muldoon's MV. And it's the untouchable Philip Armstrong taking another Class 13 victory. And in the big buggies, Seamus Donnelly takes third. James Grant slips to second place. And it's the hard-charging Mark Maguire who takes the victory to put himself at the top of the cross-cart challenge standings. So that's it for another fantastic event. Join us next time for our 100th upload and something a little bit different. Until next time, hold her flat.
Right, okay, go ahead.